What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL, and welcome back to another Prize Picks video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Welcome back in, baby. PropsMadeEasy.com, only $15 a month. We swept basketball and baseball again last night. Again. If Props Made Easy hasn't made you a believer from me just literally showing you right in your face in these videos, like there's nothing to hide. I'm doing it right in your face. I'm using these tools in sweeping prize picks consistently. If you're not a believer yet, then I don't know what to tell you. For only $15 a month, propsmadeeasy.com is the way to go when it comes to player props on prize picks. All right? Let's go ahead and get into the picks for today, baby. Go over to PME Tools. All right. So let's start it off by looking at tonight's game and seeing if anything's popping for Tennessee or Pittsburgh. Let's start off by putting in Tennessee. Okay, so it looks like Pittsburgh are 2.5 point favorites in this game. Tajee Spears and Will Levis and Kenny Pickett are the two options that pop in when you type in Tennessee when it comes to plus EV plus projection. The spot that I have some interest in is the under passing yards combo of Levis. Yeah, golly. Will Levis or Levis, it's Levis, right? I believe it's Levis, but whatever. Kenny Pickett passing yards combo under 421.5. It's 419 on other sports books, so that's a minus 2.5 passing yards differential. We have them two projected at 398.4 passing yards, a minus 23-yard difference for that combo. So under on Will and Kenny passing yards combo is one of the better options in that game. And then when we look at Pittsburgh, we have the next best option off of projection differential is going to be Najee Harris rushing yards over 44.5. Other sportsbooks have it at 45.5. That's a one sportsbook differential on yards. We have him at 50. So we're not expecting him to have a great game, but we're expecting him to still be able to cross that 44.5 prize picks level. So 50 rushing yards is not like amazing. Oh my God, he's going to have a huge game or nothing like that. But it is solid. You know what I mean? Like it's a solid projection differential of 5.9 when we have him at 50 when he's at 44.5. So I like this spot for the over there. Plus Pittsburgh's favored, so maybe they lean a little heavier on the run later in the game. Najee Harris over 44.5 rushing yards, and then Will Levis and Kenny Pickett's passing yards under 421.5. I think both teams probably run a lot. I just feel like this is going to be a grinded out type game. It's a very low total of 36.5. I believe that's probably the lowest total out of any game this week. Yeah, it is. So don't I'm not expecting fireworks or anything like that. So that's what I would do for tonight's game when looking at the overall options completely for the week. All right, we have Dallas Goedert outside of the rushing yards for Najee Harris's projection differential, which is very solid. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We got everybody in here. Outside of Najee Harris rushing yards over, we have Dallas Goedert's receiving yards that's popping pretty well, 41.5 on Prize Picks, 43.5 on other sportsbooks. That's a 2 receiving yard differential. Projection of 46 receiving yards, which is a 5.2 receiving yard differential. So really love that spot. If we do game script, it still works out for Goddard because this game is expected to be a neutral type game script. Both teams are going to be very close, so it's not run heavy or pass heavy on either end. But what's crazy is when you look at GameScript Plus, when you look at plus EV plus projection, you really don't have a ton of options. And like early on in the week, we had a ton of options. You really don't have a ton of options that are plus EV plus projection this week. PrizePicks has done very good at putting the lines very close to where they should be. There's no big discrepancies really. Outside of the Will and Kenny passing yards combo, which is a minus 23, everything else is like 5 or below. Look, 5.9, 5.2, those are the biggest we have. Most of the time we're in like the 20s or something. So, give it some more time obviously. Maybe we'll start getting even more value in, but as of right now, the better value on the entire slate this week is Najee Harris rushing yards over 44.5, Dallas Goedert's receiving yards over 41.5, and then the under on Will and Kenny tonight passing yards combo. All right. For basketball, first things first, before we get started, I want to talk about a little bug that the tool is dealing with when it comes to NBA this morning. Over the last couple mornings, it's happened, and we're in conversations with our um, projections partner as to why this is happening. But for some reason, there is a bug happening where players' minutes are being cut in half. And when a player's projected minutes are cut in half, their projected stats are cut in half. So really, this Franz Wagner projection should be 26 instead of 13. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of an issue with minute projection. There's a minute projection bug. There's a little issue there, but obviously we're working on it so that doesn't happen consistently. But over the last couple of days we've been dealing with that. That's why you're seeing minus 10, minus 8 like huge projection differentials. So, any Orlando or Spurs players, don't worry about playing any of them or putting any of them in your slips until we get that situation fixed. It'll definitely be fixed today. I've just noticed over the last couple days, I don't know what it is. Like I've said, we're in conversation. We're working on getting things sorted out. But for some reason, early on in the day, um, certain players' minutes projections will be cut in half to what it should be. And because of that, stat projections are being adjusted accordingly to the minute projection. So this is Franz Wagner's points and rebounds. His projection of 13.36 isn't a projection for a whole 30-some minutes like he would normally play. It's for like 16 minutes of play. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the bug that we're dealing with at the moment. As like I said, for now, fade Orlando and Spurs players. Both Orlando and Spurs are the ones that we're seeing dealing with. Like Vassal's got the half minutes, all that stuff. But we'll get that taken care of ASAP. All right. But anything you see that looks like, oh my God, that's crazy, just fade it for now. We're working on the issue. It won't be happening anymore starting tomorrow, okay? And it'll be fixed here in a little bit today. But I just wanted to let people know that because I know a lot of people are looking. I don't want anybody being like, oh my God, this doesn't even look anywhere near accurate. Yeah, because it's not for those certain players whose minute projections are being affected by this bug that we're dealing with at the moment. But like I said, it'll be taken care of. So no issues on any of these players at the top, though. So let's talk about some over spots that we like for NBA today. Obviously, plus EV plus projection selected. I do want to announce as well, fantasy score and field goals attempted have both been added to the NBA tool. Now, here's the thing, okay? With fantasy score, you don't have over under lines in Vegas. Okay, you're not going to have over under lines for fantasy score, but we do have fantasy score comparative lines from Vegas. So we're going to compare lines to other sportsbook lines that have fantasy scores available to take advantage of that while also having our projection of fantasy scores. So, but because it doesn't have over under, it's not going to automatically show when you come to the tool. You need to click it. So once you see that Prizepicks has fantasy score options on Prizepicks, you can come here and see if we have our projections in for fantasy score, and you can start doing fantasy score as well. Same thing with field goals attempted. Vegas doesn't have over underlines for field goals attempted, so you got to click on the button to be able to see the tool that way. Okay. But anyways, I wanted to announce that as well. So plus EV plus projection today. At the top of the list, Jordan Clarkson points and rebounds is popping. 18.5 on Prizepicks, minus 120 in Vegas. Projection of 24.2. Expecting him to have a solid game against Orlando. 5.78 projection differential. Over on 18.5 points and rebounds for Jordan Clarkson is the first place that we're going to go with. The next best value, let's see if there's any crazy, and nothing crazy in Vegas, so we're going to go ahead and go with the top options that we have available to us. We're going to go Kelly Oubre for Philly against Toronto. Points and assists, 16.5 on Prizepicks. Vegas has the over at minus 115, so very slightly on the over, nothing too crazy, but projection of 21.24, a 4.74 projection differential on the points and assists for Kelly Oubre. Over on Jordan Clarkson points and rebounds, over on Kelly Oubre points and assists is what we're going to attack early on today. All right, let's sweep again, baby. Sweep emojis down in the comment section. 3 days straight, not missing a single NBA pick. Let's get it. For college football, we have the under on Carter Bradley that's popping as the best option. Under on his passing yards. He's 251.5 projected on Prizepicks. He's 243 other places, which is a minus 8 passing yard difference. Under on Carter Bradley is great value. And then the over on Jabre Barber, receiving yards of 74.5. Other sportsbooks have him at 78.5, which is a 4 receiving yard differential. So I like the over on Jabre Barber as well. For baseball, it's over. Texas Rangers won the World Series last night. That was cool. Rushed up to Academy to get some World Series stuff. Even though I'm a Braves fan, I have been living in Texas for like 10 years now. So, Texas is my second favorite team. My girl was all super happy they won the World Series and stuff. So we went up to Academy, stood in line for a little bit to go ahead and get some merch up there. But that MLB season is officially over. For NHL, at the top of the list, we have Meyer. Shots on goal is set at 3 on Prizepicks. He's 3.5 in Vegas, which is a point 0.5 higher already, and then we have him projected at 4.13 shots on goal tonight against Minnesota, which is a 1.13 projection differential. Very solid value on him. And then let's see. Let's go the under on Quinn Hughes for Vancouver. Shots on goal is set at 3. Vegas has it at 2.5, and we have him projected at 1.98, which is a minus 1.02 projection differential. So under on Quinn, over on Timo are the two ways that we're going to go for hockey today. For soccer, there's no plus EV plus projection options available. For CS2, we have the over on Roif from Godsent and Heap from Eyeballers over on their map 1 and 2 kills for CS2. For tennis, the best value is Ariana Sabalenka, total games of over 22.5. For MMA this week, we have the over on Rinat, not even going to attempt it. But Rinat, significant strikes over 36.5. Other sportsbooks have him at 45.5, which is a 9 significant strike differential. Over on him and over on Armen. All right? Significant strikes of 40.5. So over Renat, over Armen, both are 9 significant strike differential and 8. So great value on grabbing those two on their overs. And then for Valorant, we have the over on Redux for Oxygen Esports, and then the under on Brock from Moist and Shopify. All right, let's do a recap. For NFL, the best options this week. For tonight's game is going to be Najee Harris, rushing yards over 44.5. Will Levis and Kenny Pickett's passing yards under 421.5. Those are two of the best values for tonight's game. And then Dallas Goedert's receiving yards is the other option that's a good option this week over receiving yards. Not much plus EV plus projection at the moment for this week's NFL. They've done really good, like I said, of really putting their lines incredibly close to where they should be. Jordan Clarkson's points plus rebounds over 18.5 is the way to go. 5.78 projection differential on Clarkson. Kelly Oubre points and assists over 16.5 is the next best option there. All right. College football. The best option is going to be under on Carter Bradley's passing yards of 251.5, and then the over on Jabre Barber's receiving yards. For NHL, over on Timo Meyer, and then under on Quinn Hughes. For CS2, we have the over on Roy from Godsent and over on Heap from Eyeballers. For tennis, over on Ariana Sabalenka. For MMA, over on Rinat and Armen, significant strikes. And then for Valorant, we have the over on Redux from Oxygen Esports. And then we have the under on Brock from Moist times Shopify. Thank y'all for joining me as always. Let's stay hot, baby. If you haven't joined yet, propsmadeeasy.com, only $15 a month to utilize these tools that I'm using right in front of you and hitting consistently with right in front of you. If it hasn't sold you yet for only $15 a month, then I don't know what to tell you. You're just destined for just, failure, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to tell you. If I'm sitting here, like if I'm on the outside looking in and I'm sitting here seeing somebody using tools like this that not only are sexy but accurate and having a great, like doing very, very well, I would join that shit. Like I wouldn't have wasted no time. I would have been in like one of the first 100 people to have a membership to this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's like 4,500 members now, which is crazy, the growth that it's shown, but it's all due to its success rate. Like we don't have, like we're not growing because we're paying people to promote us. You know what I mean? Props Made Easy is not growing because we're paying people affiliate shit to tell people how great we are. We're growing based off solely off of our success rate. And that's what I was telling the people at Props Made Easy as we were working on how we wanted to market and how we wanted to grow Props Made Easy. And I told them the best way to grow something in this industry is just using it in front of them and showing them the success rate and literally showing them just plain and simple right in front of their face how good it is. Let them decide if it's good enough to tell their friends about and their family about and spread it that way instead of trying to pay people to spread it, because honestly at the end of the day they're forcing it to try to make themselves look. Obviously, if somebody's being paid to promote something, they're going to say great things about it, right? We want people to say great things about Props Made Easy because they've used it and they see it firsthand. That's where we want the growth to come, because we know that the members that we get that way are going to be very loyal members who know what it is. You know what I mean? And know how great Props Made Easy is. Okay? So thank y'all to everyone who has had faith in it, who has used Props Made Easy. I'm glad y'all are loving it. As I said, man, I'm a partner in Props Made Easy solely because they came to me about this. I like the people who are involved in making Props Made Easy a thing. I'm like close with those people, and I think they're great people. They have great what do you call it, morals. They're doing things for the right reason, and they're really just having fun with it and really here to help people have more success in player props. And that's what I support, man. That's what I'm all for. You know what I mean? So I had to get involved with it. I had to. Plus, I was having so much success with even the beta version from the very beginning that I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is definitely something I'm willing to use. To to promote and help people. Once I used and saw a bunch of success with it, I'm like, wow, this is going to really help people a ton. So I started doing my YouTube videos with it consistently. Y'all have loved it. It has grown so much, and I'm super happy to see how much organic growth it has gotten. Like I said, we're not paying anybody to tell you that Props Made Easy is awesome. You straight up know Props Made Easy is awesome because you're watching it in firsthand every single day. And that's what I'm happy about. Thank y'all for joining me as always. PropsMadeEasy.com, only $15 a month. If you're interested in daily fantasy sports content, we smashed NBA DFS last night as well as swept my prize picks over at Greenlight DFS. Again, my favorite prize picks every single day. My personal favorite prize picks that I play every single day, I post for members at greenlightdfs.com. Okay? Just to let people know, people come to me all the time about that. That is where I post my favorite prize picks. Also, I don't post six mans and shit. You guys know me. I find my favorite two, and I put my bankroll for that day on those two. You know what I mean? Or I'll find four, and then I'll mix and match those four and put my bankroll mixed and matched on those four guys. I don't go crazy. I'm looking for profit. I'm not trying to just have one huge day and then lose the rest of the time. I'm trying to consistent profit. That's what I do. So that's where you can find my content at greenlightdfs.com. You can find that at DFS content button at Props Made Easy. It'll bring you over to Greenlight. But yeah, Props Made Easy, baby. Let's get it. I'm out.